he turns the page. Yes, the Canaanite woman's faith. Jesus went from that place and withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. This is no accident. Remember, is that Elijah fled to Sidon, went to the little town of Zarephath, and there a dear, sweet pagan woman treated him with love and tenderness and charity, and God did her a big fat favor. So here it is now, Jesus is in Sidon, and he's going to have an encounter with a very sweet woman and going to do a big fat favor. It says, behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, have pity on me, Lord, son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon. We have to make another mark here. She has made her request to Jesus. Do you think she has faith in Jesus? Sure she does. Is she still a pagan? Sure she is. Is Jesus going to care? Probably not. It says, he did not say a word in answer to her. Now, just because Jesus doesn't say a word to her, does that mean he's rejecting her? No. What is Jesus doing? What is Jesus waiting for? You know what he's waiting for?
Number two.
He wants to have her try harder. Okay, it's just like when Mary came to Jesus and he says they're out of wine. He says, well, you know, why is this my problem? You know, so many people got an information. He's rebuking Mary, rebuking his mama. She's gonna be trying to tell him what to do, trying to order God around. Well, she didn't do that, and he wasn't rebuking her. He was just saying, well, tell me more. Let me see. What else you got? And it's the same thing here. He was silent and did not say a word in answer to her. And remember, you know, these Jewish men can't go getting chummy and shaking hands and touching or anything that pagan woman, ooh, Lord knows they'd have to be doing all kinds of stuff, all kinds of ritual cleansing. So the disciples came and said, send her away. She keeps calling out after us. I can just imagine she's like, please, please. And they're like, oh, make her leave, Jesus. And it says, Jesus says this, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And again, he's not saying, get lost, honey. He's saying, I'm sorry, but you're not one of the people that I was sent here for. Okay? And she says, the woman came and did him homage and said, Lord, help me. And then he says this, it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to dogs. Whew. Now we know how dogs are treated. For him to call her a dog is like the lowest scum of the universe. Well, that's interesting though. In Greek, the word for a dog is this, a kuon. It's like, and that's a very old root, a K-N in the European root where we get the word this. Canis in Latin, you know, get canine, stuff like that. So kuon is the Greek word for dog. Now the funny thing is almost all translations say, you don't take children's food and throw it to the dogs. But the thing is that's not the word that's used in the Greek. The word that they use in Greek is this. That's the diminutive for a dog. What would that be in English? A puppy. Yes, a puppy. Now, so what Jesus really says is, it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the puppies. And if you're talking about puppies, you're probably talking about little nice puppies that run around the house and they play with the kids. Friends of the kids, harmless. Now, the thing is that I think the apostles were waiting for a dog to come out in that sense. And it's like, it's not right to give children's food to the puppies. Ooh. And the apostles are like, puppies? Puppies? He means dogs. And then the woman is so sweet. She says, please, Lord, for even the puppies eat the scraps that fall from the tables of their masters. So there she is. She has 3 times made it like an oral testimony or witness to her faith in Jesus. With that 3rd go-round, then he says, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish. And her daughter was healed from that hour. Remember, did Jesus have any physical encounter with the daughter that he healed? No. He healed her from a distance. He did the God thing at a distance. But he only did it because the mother came and had a physical encounter with him. She did not stay home and say, Jesus is in town, daughter. I'm going to sit here and pray extra hard until he heals you. No. run across town, hound Jesus until he does what you want. Now, and the most English, this is one thing that always bugs me about translations, the story is completely different if you say puppies. It's the whole tone is affectionate on Jesus' part when you say, but you know, it's not right to give the puppies the kids' food. And the mom says, yeah, but you know, the puppies can have the scraps, can't they? I mean, it's just so dear and sweet. And the thing is like the word dog shows up a lot in the Bible. I'm gonna guess it's like 40 times dog is in the Bible. It's always that kind of dogs are mean, nasty, the next thing to raving, carnivore, you know, vagabond, vultures, you know, all that kind of thing, just bad. You don't want those rough things around. And there's only this occasion that the word canarian is used. And it's like, why did they do it that way if you're not going to bother to translate it properly? And I think, let me see what I had that little list. I had some stuff for, this is it. Is that it? Yeah. Is that kuan? I always talked about kuan. And this is, if I looked up in a lot of different other Bibles in other languages, how kunarion is translated, since most Bibles in English will always say dogs. The only one that doesn't say dogs that I found is the Douay-Rheims Catholic Bible that came out a few years before the King James Version. They use the word whelps, W-H-E-L-P-S, which means like a little young mammal. He says, you don't throw food to the whelps. And she says, yeah, but you know, the whelps, you know, get the leftovers, don't they? Anyway, but just because I think this is so interesting. In Latin, the Vulgate, it says catelli for dogs, which actually means little dogs. In Italian, it's cagnolini, which means little dogs. In Portuguese, it's cachorrinhos, little dogs. In French, it's petit chien, little dog. I love this in Norwegian, småhunder, which means small hound. And for who cares besides but me, is that in Ukrainian it's shinyata, which is also a little dog. And I think they've probably taken the word chien in French because a lot of French words came into Russian and they say chien nyata, making a little chien. But it's, you know, and this is like the wonder of who translates things and why. I just don't know why everybody in English that makes a translation doesn't say puppies like everybody else on the planet does. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. And I'm going to remember on my own to have our little closing acclamation. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Thank y'all for coming. And I have class next week too, just like. So, and if you're on vacation, that's fine because it all goes up to YouTube.